It was the summer I turned 12, and the days seemed to stretch on forever, as if the sun itself had decided it preferred lingering over our small town. The air was thick with the smell of cut grass and warm earth, and in the afternoons the crickets sang their endless song from some place unseen. I remember one particular day, clear, golden, and so perfectly ordinary that somehow sank deep into me and stayed. My mother had sent me to the edge of our property to bring back the wash she had hung before noon. The line sagged between two old maple trees, clothes swaying softly in the heat. Each cotton shirt was sun-warmed and smelled faintly of soap and summer wind. I took my time with the clothespins, because from where I stood I could see past the hedgerow into the wide field beyond, the one that rolled toward the creek. Out there, my best friend Thomas was lying in the tall grass, legs crossed, hat tipped over his face, pretending to nap, but likely watching the clouds. I wandered over once the clothes were gathered in the basket, stepping around patches of wildflowers, their petals half closed in the afternoon light. He didn't move until I dropped down next to him. Together, we traced shapes in the skyships, castles, animals we swore were real for the minutes they lasted. The breeze carried the sweet smell of clover and the distant murmur of the creek, and somewhere far off a dog barked twice, muffled, as though it knew we were listening. We spoke about small things, his father's new fishing rod, how my mother's pies were always better a day old, whether summer felt shorter this year or longer. In truth, we were filling the time, watching it slip past in the form of drifting clouds. There was no rush, no thought of anything beyond that moment. I didn't know then that such afternoons were rare, that life would later feel too fast, too crowded for lying in grass and naming shapes above your head. Years have folded over that memory like carefully kept linens, yet the colours remain as bright as they were that day, the green of the field, the blue and white canvas of the sky, the golden rim of sunlight on Thomas's hair. Time has taken him far from me, and the field itself is gone, ploughed and paved. But I've carried that afternoon like a kept promise. It taught me that joy often arrives quietly, in the spaces between doing and dreaming. Now, when the day is warm and a slow wind moves through the trees, I think of us there, two children unbroken by the weight of what comes next. And I'm grateful for the sky that once shaped our imaginations, for the grass that cradled us, and for the simple truth I learned without knowing. The heart measures life not in years, but in moments we allow ourselves to truly feel.